the first round of games. We have seen every single team now in this tournament, and so I will start with you, Heather. What has stood out to you? You just give me a couple of things, not a whole list, but a couple of things that have stood out to you after this first round of games.
First of all, in terms of teams that have impressed me, I got to go right, the creme of the crop. Spain, to me, best team so far through this first set of matches. I thought that they were class in their possession, where they had 80% possession. Yeah, you'd say another day for Spain, but this time they're pumping in 26 shots.
46, I think, wasn't it? 40?
Something six.
Crazy.
Something
That's
six.
a lot. That's a big
an
number.
outrageous amount of
big
shots.
Big number.
And listen, they just played good football, but they got the teeth now. They got the teeth to go all the way. Gonzalez up top, good player. But Bonmati, also probably the best player of this first round of games for me. So Spain, to me, class. That's my biggest takeaway of the first round.
Okay, you?
My biggest takeaway, I think we've seen some good performances from the first-time debutants, but not a single first-time debutant scored a goal, which I think is a little bit of a bummer in the first round. But in saying that, I'm going to go with Heyo's team from yesterday, the Super Duper Germans. They were. Why are you laughing?
No, that's just funny.
Man, the Germans. Like this tournament, I felt took a little bit of time to come to life and see a team really just put on that dominant of a performance. I think Spain were really impressive, Heyo, but they also could have won 6-7-0. The Germans did that, and they didn't stop. They kept the foot in the gas. They were just goal after goal after goal, and no mercy for Morocco. So I was very impressed with the Germans, and I think. Coming into the tournament, I think we all had them pretty high. I got them at the top of the power rankings right now.
So I did a couple of lists here that piqued my interest. So they're not winners and losers necessarily, but their stock improved, their stock went down. So the winners, I guess it would be New Zealand, Brazil, and Haiti. The losers for me would be Norway, Canada, and France. And again, this is just a glimpse. First games, things completely change in the second games and third games going forward. And then just things that stood out to me. We just come off seeing Casey Fair play for Korea,
awesome.
the 16-year-old Jersey girl, Korean American. I mean, I don't know what you guys were doing when you were 16-year-old, but I wasn't on a Tuesday running out and in the World Cup. It was wonderful to see her come on. The Bunny Shaw red card, I think that was huge. And just a moment that sticks with me. The tears for Panama and the anthem. Speaking of young players, by the way, 18-year-old Inda Caicedo, 18-year-old Alyssa Thompson, these types of players.
Dragoni from Italy as well, 16-year-old.
Exactly.
Does it seem like there's like the super young players and then super old players? Like I think there's like an outrageous amount of players in their late 30s.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. Yeah, we just saw, I mean, ironically, we put on a 16-year-old for South Korea, and yet they're the oldest team at the World Cup, even with a 16-year-old on the roster. And then the VAR announcements, which I think is just a more general type of thing that we're seeing here in the World Cup.